Oh no! Who saw that coming?
Hello, pal. How are you?
Greetings, my friend. How we doing tonight?
I just noticed you're wearing blue, and I'm wearing blue.
That's
What's your
right.
shirt say?
This is a Brooklyn
Brooklyn.
Islanders hoodie. Old
We
Brooklyn
didn't we
Islanders.
didn't dress each other today.
No.
And normally you wear a pool shirt, and today not.
It
Yeah.
depends. I wish I had new pool shirts to wear from somebody.
7 more weeks. 7 more weeks. Off the rail apparel. 7 more weeks.
They got kids in Senegal stitching them as we speak.
We got to give him a bye because he's at BCA. But remember, we have a hard deadline. 7 more weeks. If we don't see any movement, I have a backup plan, a solution, which I meant to tell you about, but we can talk about. Well, let's 7 more weeks.
You know what?
I can't find my April hat, but I could wear my April patch because I have that right here. I love that hat, bro. That hat is so comfortable, and I don't know what makes. Must be the brand of the hat that makes it so good.
Yeah, New Era is the best. I collect hats. I'm always about New Era.
Yeah. This hat. I like this hat. This is a fitted hat, a stretch fit.
Yeah,
I hate
flex fit.
white. The reason I easily found this one, I mean, I have hats all over the house. The reason I don't wear this one out of the house because it's white. I don't like white. Uh, I'm glad we're doing a show where we don't have a guest. It gets a little, every week it gets too much.
People want to see us, just us.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Who cares? We like to do it, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. I think we have a better flow when it's just us. You know, we're fighting
Yes,
to get questions in when we got guests.
But I also like guests, so we'll still try some.
This year has been like right off the bat. We've had so many people on, so it's like it's kind of rare at a point
because
where
last
it's
year we
just
really
us.
didn't have anybody on, right?
Yeah.
I do want to ask Florian next. If you know, that's who I was going to ask next. I mean, I don't know if he will do it. I'm sure if he has time, he'll do it.
You know what? I sent you the message, but I was talking with Robbie Capito. He's got a little I don't know if it's a pet project, but something he's very passionate about with the Hong Kong Pool Federation. He did say he was going to try to find time to come on.
You line him up, I'll be available. I'm not asking him again. I've asked him.
This is going to get to the expo when we see him. We're going to have to corner him and put him in a headlock and mess up his hair.
And we're going to do some live shows from Expo is our plan, right?
I'm clearing my schedule.
Well, here's the thing. If he doesn't make a move in 7 weeks, we're going to have to find a new location. We may have to hang on to him just until Super Billiards Expo. Otherwise, we won't have a film location because Skylar's booth's going to be crazy. I don't think we should go to Skylar's. You know.
Were we planning on hanging at Jamie's booth for?
That's what I'm saying. But in 7 weeks, I don't see some gush. I
got you. I got what you're saying.
You know, we could do it on the fly like we did that one year. I do like sitting there though, and just people coming on us.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean? Yeah. Hey, we'll take over Melina Mike's booth. He loves us.
He doesn't love us. I actually have something nice to say about Melina today. We'll get in. That's number 5 on the list. All right, let's get right into it. Good news from Mika.
Leading off with good news.
Good news from Mika. Looks like things are shaping up for him with his health.
Yeah, he said he had a stable scan, and they're scaling back on some of his meds. So anybody who's going through that fight, you know, you hear that stuff. I mean, that's fucking great news.
Yeah, very good news for him. I'm a big fan of him since day one. I've told the story many times, but it's his DVD training that I used to learn how to hold a pull cue and hit things and whatever. And then conversely, a little while ago, I just read about Eric Kwan, who I think a casual pool player probably wouldn't know who Eric Kwan is, but Eric Kwan has, I think he's good friends with Billy Thorpe. I know he used to sponsor Billy, but Eric Kwan is a good guy from New York. I haven't talked to him in a few years, but he used to be a big distributor for Molinari gloves. If you remember when Molinari gloves, everybody had a Molinari glove.
Oh yeah,
I remember
I think
one
Sky
time.
still has one.
Yeah, I remember one time I saw Sky open his bag and he had like 50 Molinari gloves in there. And I'm like, let me get one of those. He goes, $20. What he's selling them. And that's the one thing about Skylar, man. He's the cheapest guy in the world. And that I got him to buy me lunch in Philadelphia was really a big deal, which was good because it was less food and more. We were very thirsty that day. But sad news about Eric. He, I
Yeah,
saw
that
there was
sucks.
a GoFundMe page up there, and I told you I haven't been able to get on my Instagram page, but when I can, I'll post it up there. But uh, sending prayers to you, Eric. A good guy, very good guy. Uh, big. I think he's a big uh, three cushion player, and I think he does some snooker too. I might be wrong about that, but big three cushion player. So if Asian guy, nice guy, very nice guy. So sad to read about that, but good for Mika. Sad news about Eric. Um,
Yeah,
but
let's hope he fights with the same vigor that
yeah, yeah,
Mika does.
really good guy. Every conversation I ever had with him. But I think for something tells me he was. They know he sponsored Billy, but I think they're really good friends though. With Billy, we're going to talk about Billy. Let's talk about Billy next.
Nice segue.
Let's talk about Billy.
Maybe Billy can help out his buddy by, I don't know, selling a used car.
Billy did give him a nice donation, so on his there's a GoFundMe. So Billy did good job, Billy. Billy, the used car salesman. Billy, the kid.
Carney.
Billy. Okay. For you kids at home, if you don't follow Billy, you're better off.
Bankin' Billy.
Bankin' Billy. Is that yes? Bankin'
Yeah.
with Billy T. All right. You talk about this since you're the car guy.
Oh, it's your typical raffle. You see a lot of raffles out there. You know they're mainly for when pool players offer a raffle. Mainly it's for a pool cue or autographs or something like that. But Billy, the automobile salesman, is raffling off tickets for a used uh, Chevrolet Impala, a 2020 Chevrolet Impala, which is on the average, a $12,000 to $15,000 car. He's selling 100 spots in his raffle for $200 a piece, which for all you math whizzes out there, that's 20 grand. So making a few bucks off his notoriety for
But he's also doing minis, so that's more money on top of that, isn't it?
yeah, you could
He's
say
up to
that.
7 minis.
Oh, those are mini fans, Jay.
But wait, this car has 78,000 miles on it. I don't even think is it
I
really
know,
worth
I know.
10 grand?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's 12 to 15 grand. If it has that many miles, it's got to be valued on the lower side.
But
I'm
I'm
out
saying
there
it's
hawking
probably.
sedans.
Listen, I don't know anything about cars. The first thing, but I'm saying an Impala with 78,000 miles on it, and it was in an accident. It's
Yeah.
got to be under 10 grand.
Yeah,
No.
you could say I didn't see the accident part, but if you're getting into this raffle, make sure you get your Carfax.
Here's what it says: heated seats, nav, remote start, nice tires, not good tires, nice tires.
Oh,
Fresh oil change, fresh brake pads, very nice, dependable car, ready to go. Have receipts on the oil changes. Took a light hit in the front, had it repaired.
I didn't see that part.
I don't know what this means. You'll know. You'll know what this means. Rebuilt title.
Oh, so if nothing happens to a car and it's not in a collision or an accident, the title's square. There's nothing wrong with the
Right.
title. But if a car has been totaled, and it's totaled out, and somebody buys the car, fixes it up and sells it, it's called a salvaged or rebuilt title.
So
So
that's okay, right?
the car's been in some damage.
So does that help? Does that help the
That
value or hurt the value?
no, that hurts the value. Now
Okay.
now to me it's like he's doubling up on that car. $20,000 raffle, that's with on a Impala that's been damaged. That's probably makes it around $7,000-8,000 car. So he's making a few bucks here. Hey, he's got to travel to Bosnia to play pool for Emily. He needs some cash.
About to run a mini to fill this mini. That's what
He's
he typed 2 hours ago.
selling a minivan or a Mini Cooper.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, look, I like the guy. I desperately wanted him to be on that Mosconi Cup team, which I regret now. But come on, man, this is kind of embarrassing at a point, don't you think? It's like you're out there hawking cars.
I think it's a gambling thing, though. I think gamblers just have to gamble.
Yeah, I think I would have more respect at this point if, like, he said, "Oh, I'm getting a part-time job at Cold Stone Creamery," but you're hawking salvaged cars. Hey, Billy, if you're watching this in between car sales,
don't worry, Billy's not watching this.
Hey, prove us wrong. Maybe we're looking at this all wrong, but I don't know. Black and white on paper, it looks to me like you're using your notoriety to hawk cars, and I don't know. Hey, you're out there hustling. I can respect that.
Yeah,
but it's kind of embarrassing.
I looked up. I didn't look up something this morning. I saw something this morning. I was on the internet. Did you see Danny DiLiberto died?
No.
All right. Tyler gets picked up by Meucci. How do you feel about that?
Well, I was actually legit gonna buy a Meucci cue because I like those gambler cues or casino cues with the royal flush cards on the bottom. But now that I know this information, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it, Bob.
I think the thing is Bob is not in charge anymore.
Yeah, that's abundantly clear. Yeah, he's got his little shaky autograph on every cue, but
but you should still get it because it's you're talking about the old piece, right? Piece that came out 10 years ago.
Just
you want a new version?
Something current, yeah.
Oh, current. I thought you wanted to buy a used one, like.
No, I mean, it would be something I wouldn't play with because I love my Viking cues, but
right.
I just liked the way it looked.
How come? Are you more likely or less likely to buy a pool cue based on who they sponsor?
I think now it's a little bit more prevalent, and we know a lot more. I mean, back when I started buying pool cues, it's like, who the fuck had social media? It's you didn't know who played with what unless you actually saw them at an event. But I think now it's advertised. There's a lot of money into knowing who plays with what. I think now, yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you this. I didn't pay attention to Q-Tech when Shane was the main player. But once Gorst jumped on, I paid attention to Q-Tech.
Yeah. Look at now. I mean, would you ever spend $300 on a low-end Q-Tech if Sky wasn't playing with it?
Probably not. But here's the thing. I'm gonna buy a cue based on what feels right to me, not by who they sponsor, who's hawking the goods, right?
Yeah.
But I might be more likely to look at something because of who's hawking the goods.
That'll definitely get you in the door.
I guess it does for me. I guess it does matter. I shouldn't say matter, but I guess it does add some validity. I'll give you a good example. David Alcady plays with P-Shower. I've always been a fan of P-Shower. P-Shower has been sponsoring April, I think, since day one, or pretty close to day one.
Yeah.
And that's how I became more familiar, or at least paid attention to P-Shower. Jacoby is another one that from the my early days. And they're kind of near each other on the map anyway. And then I met Brandon. Brandon Jacoby, had lunch with him once by accident, actually, sitting at the table with him. I said, "You look familiar." He goes, "I make pool cues." Nice guy. Anyway, so I guess there is, for me anyway, some kind of bearing that a player plays a cue, because it's one thing to sponsor April, but it's another thing for Alcady to pick
want to
P-Shower.
go there, yeah.
Right, to want to, right? Especially since he is a European player and it's an American cue.
Oh,
you know?
and him and his buddy left a very, probably the most high profile cue company there is.
High profile, but I don't think they made big dollars. I don't think any player other than Filler has ever made big dollars with that company.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Filler, they cater to him like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah, you think he'd almost has a part of the ownership there. But so yeah, I guess there is something to sponsoring a pro. Well, is it just sponsoring the top pro? Like let's take P-Shower, staying on P-Shower. So April is their top female and Alcady is their top male. I'm sure they have 5 other players or 10 other players. I don't know who they are off the top of my head. Do those sponsorships matter, or is that just because the company wants to support pro players or support those players?
I think if a player was involved, then I think they would advertise them. You see companies like Mez and companies like Jay Flowers who advertise everybody, influencers,
right?
Middle of the road players. Not saying that a pro is a middle of the road player, but in the money pecking order, it kind of falls a certain way.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me segue into something else. Perfect segue here. So, how much influence does a pool player have? Because my friend, a good friend of mine, sent me a list, and it's an interesting list, and I looked at it. A good friend of mine sent me the top 40 billiards influencers in 2025, right? Which, when you think about how much a pool player will influence a purchasing decision, now let's apply it towards this top 40 billiards influencers of 2025. And this list that you sent me, you're the friend, by the way. You think they got that at home? Probably not. This list is complete bullshit.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that is I originally seen it on Emily Duddy's page, and she gave thanks like she won an Oscar for it. Like, oh my God, to be on this list, I'm so impressed. But the way she took it and the way they present it to you, it's like, okay, these are our picks for top influencer. When really it's
based on numbers.
Yeah, it's just a descending total of who had the highest social media
account. Okay, so I dug deep into this. So I want to be fair. Right? I gotta be honest with you. I don't know who Daniel Kennedy is. I've never heard of him until this list.
Yeah, and there was at least 5 in the top 20 that I didn't hear of.
He's got 162,000 followers on Instagram. Yeah. And good for him. I'm not knocking him, but I went to his page, and I'm on his page now. He's from Portland, Oregon. Wannabe Sharks Billiards. I looked at his page. Good player as far as what he's posted. and good numbers. He's got some, some three million view videos, 2 million view, but most of them are in the 100,000s. But all right, so good. Not knocking him. I gotta be honest with you. Before this list, maybe I know about him. I'm not sure that I do, and I'm not knocking him. I'm not at all. Looks like he's a kid playing out of his garage. But is he an influencer? Is he going to influence? If I watch his videos, I follow him. Is he going to influence me to buy a cube? And I'm not disparaging the kid. I'm saying he's a kid. He's a kid to me, right? I'm not disparaging. I don't know him from anybody. But is he, based on the list that you sent me, he's number 4 on the list. Is he the fourth most popular, or I'm sorry, the fourth most influential person in billiards?
Well, look, I mean, look, number 1 was Ronnie O'Sullivan. You know that guy wins. He wins a lot at snooker. But do you ever hear of him outside of that? I mean, it's not like he's saying go out and buy O'Sullivan snooker cues.
All right, so let me read the top 10 for you guys that are listening, and you tell me. I want you to count, Rob, of the top 10. I'm going to read the top 10. And you count on your fingers how many of them could influence you enough to buy something, because that's what influencers mean, right? So influencer means they can sway the needle towards a purchase. That's what it means to me, anyway, right? Ronnie O'Sullivan. If you're a snooker player, if you play snooker,
he's a god.
Yeah, yes. So you got to say yes, right? And then our buddy Ralph Eckert. I would say yeah. I don't know number that. 2.
I wholeheartedly
don't know
buy
number
that.
2, but I could buy that. Jason Shaw. Yes. I would buy something. Now, I know him personally.
If you've seen how he runs his booth, you would 100% buy something there.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen how he runs his booth, check out Level 2 Billiards on YouTube. And you could see how he runs his booth. Then we have Daniel Kennedy. Again, not knocking him. Don't know him from. Okay, Steve Hendry, another snooker player. So I'm not an expert on snooker, but I would say sure, right? Gareth Potts, 8-ball champion. Yes, yeah. I would say yes. All right, so far everybody but Daniel Kennedy. This guy, I can't even say his name. Simith Sanginer.
Does he use Simonus cloth?
He is a professional billiards player. So, what does that mean? He's three cushion, I guess.
Isn't everybody's a billiards player?
Let me look on his page. He's got 120,000 followers. He looks like he's 3 cushion guy. But again, I never heard of him. Now, I'm not. He might be. He might be the Grand Wizard, but I don't follow 3 cushion, so I wouldn't know. Okay, so I'm not saying he shouldn't be there, but I'm saying I don't know who he is. And then Mr. Gorst comes in at number 8.
Buy that.
I think he should be higher. I would put Gorst in front of Jason Shaw, but who am I? Right?
I think you would be up there near Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Then here's another guy I don't know, but again, snooker, and I'm not a snooker guy. Pan Pankaj. How do you say that? Pankaj. Advani. Plays billiards and snooker for fun. Proud Indian. For PR, commercial inquiries. Okay. So huge population in India. So I'm sure he's got a huge, I'm sure he's like a superstar in India. Reach out to him. Let's get him on. That would be funny.
He's the Josh Filler of
Question
New Delhi.
number 1: how do you say your first name? Now, here's one I actually agree with 100%, and I actually like the spot. I actually think he might be low. Carl
Who, Bart?
Carl Boyce, number 10. I would buy something because of Carl.
Oh, that's because you gave him that career.
I did help him. He will never admit it, but I got a free lunch out of him though for that. Carl Boyce does good work. He's a little bit of an ass, but so am I, so it's okay. But he's doing good work. So that's the top 10. I know I was going to only say the top 10. Efren Reyes. Efren Reyes doesn't run his social media page. Efren Reyes couldn't tell you one brand over another one.
I don't think he knows where he is right now.
Yeah. Another one that I saw on here that I had to laugh at is where is it? Paul Beato. Beato is not an influencer.
The only thing he posts is when he's bitching about not getting his paycheck.
Yeah. Here's another snooker player, Ding Junhoo. All right. So this list made me think of this. I was going to write it down, but I said, let's do it live. Who were the top 5 real influencers? And you remember, I don't want to say that this is number 1, but let's just start in order. Who is the biggest influencer? In my opinion, number 1 influencer on social media. It's got to be Gorst.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to write that down.
Because
who would you say is... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You got Gorst, YouTube channel, Instagram presence, Facebook presence. His wife
professional
is present.
Edits. He's got an editing team, right?
He's got a team, yeah.
Right. Who is number 2?
That's a tough. I would have to say Killer Fillers. You know that they just unrolled their YouTube channel.
No.
The wife Pia's always posting. Josh is always posting.
You're gonna go. You're gonna get mad at me here. And you're gonna be surprised that I say this, but I'm a fair guy. I think it's Melina Mike.
Yeah, he's got a good Facebook. Obviously,
always
YouTube's banging.
News. Always has breaking news. Always has an in with all the players. You know, he's a big gambler, so
I would theoretically I would probably put Dunsky over Melina Mike.
I thought about that, but I think Melina has more breaking news, more inside scoop, knows stuff before it's announced. I think Melina is actually number 2 most influential.
Yeah.
All right.
Well sponsored.
Travels.
Yeah. Has Emily on the show.
Yeah. Is buddies with Emily. Constantly is. I saw a cute video yesterday with Savannah. I think Melina is actually number 2.
Yeah, you could say that.
I'm more likely to know something because of Melina than I am because of Filler.
Yeah. I mean, you think of. I don't know if you're the same. I think about social media. I just think about having a presence and having a solid backing, and post, whether it's news or whether it's personal stuff. They're posting.
Here's the difference. I think that you think maybe between Filler and Melina is Melina is more Facebook oriented, right? And he doesn't know how to do social media. If Melina knew how to do social media, he could make $500,000 a year just doing social media if he knew how to do it.
I think a lot of that base was laid down by Joey Ryan, though. They did the show a lot together, and
how you get to the top. Sometimes how you get to the top, would Level 2 Billiards be as big as it was if I didn't have the help of Skylar? Maybe not.
Yeah, because
Skylar opened the door. I mean, Jason Shaw wouldn't talk to me before he knew that I was friends with Skylar. Shane wouldn't, so
you did have a sticker on a basement pool table somewhere.
Well, I bet you I could get a sticker on your table too.
And that's huge.
Who's number 3? Dunsky?
Yeah, you got to put Dunsky up there. I think Molina Mike gets a lot of his news from Dunsky.
I'll tell you what. I get a lot of my news from Molina and Dunsky.
Yeah.
You know, who's number 4?
That's the thing about pool. I think we all use each other.
Absolutely.
It's such a small circle. I think by the time something breaks, somebody has it and it's swooping around with the quickness.
So does social media influencer mean you have to be on Facebook or Instagram?
I think it's like a 5-star baseball player, a 5-tool baseball player.
Because I think
you have to have Facebook, you have to have YouTube, you have to have Instagram, you have to have those 3 jewels.
You have to?
I think if you're going to be a top guy, I think it helps.
All right, then you're going to disagree with my number 4 pick. My number 4 pick is AZ Billiards.
That money list is huge, yeah.
Money list, you can go there for know what tournaments there are. It's got the magazine. I mean, I think AZ Billiards is a great source, and I've been using AZ Billiards for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I don't know one show that I've ever done with you that I didn't use AZ Billiards for something. It's a great reference tool, you know. Who's the number 5 spot?
Do you think are you such a big fan of AZ Billiards? Do you think that the regular pool fan would have access to them, like or even know about them?
Mm-hmm. I think if you're following pros,
you got to have those resources in your back pocket.
You would know because you're going to be who won, or I think you know about it. I think the average APA player that doesn't practice, you know, a player who's an APA 3 or an APA 4 stays in APA 3 or APA 4 because it's a night out, it's fun. They're not really pool players.
Yeah.
They're socializing, and as a part of socializing, they're playing pool, right? That was the big difference with Doc when we were talking to Doc last week. The difference between BCA and APA. APA is more of a social club, where BCA is more about pool players. Right? Pool first, and maybe they'll have a beer. Right. AZ or APA is we're going to drink beer and
then play pool.
Oh, by the way, there's a pool table right here. We might as well play. Okay. Now, there are some players that are within the APA that don't think that, but a vast majority of the players are there socially. Who is the number 4? Who's in the number 4 spot? Or I'm sorry, number 5 spot.
You know what? I think you got to include those. Florian. You got to say Florian.
Florian's definitely top 5. He shares so much cool content.
He's crossed over mainstream. You know, he's.
That's a good. Oh, that's a solid top 5.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
I was gonna say before Florian popped in my head, you got those 2 foreigner guys that I forgot that guy's name. The guy that does those trick shots with the Cybirds table. The big guy, I forgot. He does like all that artistic pool. Like he's got 100,000 followers. The CEO of pool or something like that. I think it's called.
Yeah, but is he an influencer? Like, just because you get good views, I don't think that makes you an influencer. So an influencer means I trust what you're going to tell me.
Right.
So if you tell me you should buy this, or you should go to this, or you should, that's what influencer means to me. You are going to influence me. Now, Bang Time Pool. What's his name? Jim, Bang Time Pool.
Yeah.
Guy makes good stuff, but I don't hear him talking.
Yeah.
So I don't know who he. I don't know who he is behind. I know who he is on the table, right? But I don't. Am I going to buy something because Bang Time?
True.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. As an influencer means,
I know because he's got that following that he's he's got products that he reviews and all that stuff. I think I was thinking about his page the other day. I think he got really big during COVID when everybody was doing that one pool shit.
Right.
When you got your camera, I got my camera.
Yeah.
Who's got the least amount of
ghost
strokes.
stuff.
I know he was doing stuff like that, and I think that's what catapulted his following.
There are pages that I follow because it's cool content. Christina, cool content.
Right.
Fillers, cool content. Right. Alex Paguline, cool content. Mickey now, cool content. Darren, cool content. But influencer, if you made me take AZ Billiards off, I would probably move Florian to number 4 and put Carl Boys in there at number 5.
Yeah.
And okay, so here's the list I have. Gorst, Molina, Dunsky. We'll take AZ off because it's Florian and Carl Boys. And now going back to your list, if I only look, I'm going to take out 3 cushion players and snooker players. Okay? Ralph would be number 1. Jason Shaw. Gorst. Carl. Efren. Killer Fillers. Margaret. Yasmin. Although Yasmin put up a great video the other day on YouTube. The Koch brothers puts up cool stuff, but I don't know what the hell they're saying.
Yep.
It's cool videos. No idea what they're talking about. Jeanette Lee, I mean, she doesn't post anymore. Alvin doesn't post. Al-Kaidi doesn't post. Alex started posting. Thorsten used to be a whore on Instagram. In fact, he and I have had conversations about Instagram, but he's off of it now. Appleton used to put great stuff up. Johan Chua, he doesn't put anything up. He puts stuff about himself up there. Another award. Niels is hawking his own stuff. Influencer means all around. I'm happy with my list. I'm happy with my list.
You know what? She's a friend of the show. She's a friend of yours, and
Who?
obviously we've had her on.
Who?
But
Who?
Tam's
Tam?
page, yeah. She laughs.
I wish she gave me more.
Yeah.
I wish she gave me more in the post. Number 678, but tell me more. I want to know more.
Yeah, but it's it's her journey, and if you've been on it, it's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. All right, here's my top 5. You see how fair I was there.
Yeah.
3 of these guys hate me, but I'm being fair.
You spoke Molina Mike in a positive light. That's
see that?
There's nothing more fair.
Here's my top 5. Mr. Gorst, Mr. Molina Mike, Dominic Dunsky, Florian, and Carl Boyce. That's fair. That's a fair top 5 influencers currently. Do I have anything wrong?
The only thing I would replace, I would replace fillers with boys, or I would replace boys with fillers.
That's fair. That's fair. So that's pretty spot on.
Yeah. You know what's funny is when I was writing the list down on paper, and I'm writing the name and the amount of followers that it says, and I'm like, this is going in descending order, and they're making it look like we gathered around painstakingly and we chose these players as the top influencers. And I think that's exactly how Emily Duddy took it too, because she's thinking it like, oh, thank you for this honor.
She didn't look at that close.
She's seen her name on there, and she goes, oh fuck, 27 out of 35. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, It duped me in the beginning too, but
What? I watched that Sam Henderson play last week at the Ultimate Pool USA. If you're not on this, you're missing out big time. Ultimate Pool, it's fast, fast,
yeah.
fast, fast. But I don't get the kid won. Congratulations to him, Sam Henderson. But why is so many people so hot for this kid? He's good,
I
but
was I was watching that other kid you talk about, Adrian Prasad.
he's good,
He
bro.
had a
He's so
match
good.
on the Predator tour that just started
He's
yesterday
so
today.
good. All right,
Yeah,
what's next on the
he
list?
beat some older guy.
The
Um,
schedule. The schedule.
we didn't even talk about Mike.
Oh, did you
The
watch it?
big match. Yeah, I did.
It was worth it, right? Fireball versus the Viking, Mickey Krause, Michael Dechaine, free stream. It was an
yeah.
okay stream. The commentators weren't horrible.
I should say I didn't sit down to watch it. I had it on while I was playing, but I was kept glancing at it. Every time
Yeah.
something big would
Well,
happen.
the cool thing is the influencers were good enough that you could turn away, and they were great with the replay. So
Yeah,
you knew they were. Man, that's the best replay I've ever seen in my life. It's actually too good. It's unbelievable how fast they can replay. I don't. It must be something in the software they're using. Or
maybe
something.
like a 2-camera shoot.
Yeah, they did have two cameras. The side camera was hideous,
Yeah,
hideous. But it's in Maine, so it looked like it was a big room. Looked like it was a nice room. I never heard
yeah.
of it before. Um, how about Mickey make it interesting? It was a race to 21, 9 ball. Mickey Krause versus Mike Dechaine. How about first of all, Dechaine looks good. He's not fat. He looks like he's
Yeah, and
slimmed up a little
that's the
bit.
first thing I noticed. He's in shape.
Well, he's got that hot girl he's dating now.
Yeah, yeah.
So that always helps.
But
Uh,
what I want to do first though, I want to flash back to last show when you said you would bet me $25 that Mickey
do I owe you
Krause
25?
would kick the shit out of Mike Dechaine.
I can't believe that Dechaine won.
It. Look,
I'm that he won.
Mickey was up 3-0, and then it was 3-3, and then Mike went crazy, and it was 16-7 at one point. Then all of a sudden it was 19-19. So Mike looked good, but Mickey looked good. They were going back and forth.
Yeah.
You got to give Mike the edge. He's the seasoned vet in that situation to where he edged out those last two games.
I was impressed by Mr. Dechaine. Now I have a message for Mr. Dechaine. I told you this already, so you already know about this. I reached out to Mike Dechaine last week and to see if he would come on to the show. I wanted him to come on and talk about the match. That's the only. Why else would I have him out? Well, I mean, what is he doing? That it's right. And he told me his price. It's the first time a pool player has ever told me, "Yeah, I'll come on. Here's how much it will cost you." Mike Dechaine, I like you very much, my friend. I didn't make $500 last year having this podcast. I didn't make $500 for the year.
I think
you won at $500 for one interview.
We spent $5,000 on this podcast. We didn't make a dollar back.
Now, you would call me a fool for doing this for free, but I say I do it out of passion, Mike. Mike, as much as I want to pay you $500 to have you come on, I actually thought of how I could pay you $500. If you come on, Mike Dechaine, I will pay you $500, but you have to honestly answer every question I ask you. And every time that I think you're bullshitting, I can take $50 off the price. Fair? If you agree to those terms, because I'll be fair with the $50. If I think you're bullshitting, I get to take 50 off. And I am willing to bet that you're going to owe me money. Mike Dechaine, $500.
Was he just bullshitting with you, or was he?
Bro,
he was serious?
I'll read the message to you. Hold on, I will read the message to you. Hold on, Mike Dechaine. I had Doc on my show last night, and as much as I tried to get him to tell us a fun Mike Dechaine story, he stayed loyal. I tried so hard, but he wasn't budging. Come on and do the show with us one night. It's actually fancy now and has a production value greater than $5. That's what I sent him. And within a few minutes, he responded, my fee is $500. And I said, cheap. You should definitely ask for more. And then I did laughing emojis.
He's breaking balls.
He wants $500.
Listen, Mike. This is the Gangster Pool. We've chatted about Q's many a times. Look at your pictures here. I'm actually a real fan. Come on the show. Don't break balls.
Mike, number one, who else is still supporting you in your retirement? Us. Who day one? Your friend Eddie busting your balls. I defended you on Facebook. Eddie was brutal. Did you see that post? I sent it to you, didn't I? I did.
Yeah, about the face.
The Margaret one. He left on Margaret's page. That Ed guy is so brutal. I sent it to you. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, his name is Ed. I don't know. He's from Boston or somewhere. And I sent this to Gangster the other day. He wrote this. Where is it? I want to find it. I sent it to you.
You know, some guy wrote something about there was a Mickey Krause put a post up, and some guy wrote something on there. He goes, "Mickey, you suck. Mike Dechaine was sitting on the couch, and he got off the couch and beat you." And I was like, dude, he's not on the couch. Just because you don't see
the whole time.
Yeah, just because you don't see him playing doesn't mean he's not playing.
Listen to what Ed, for you guys at home, Ed wrote this on Margaret's page. On Margaret's page. On Facebook. Her husband has the most punchable face in the pro pool. So savage. So savage.
You know
Ed
what?
Murray,
I agree
whoever
with it 100%.
You are, Ed Murray, please don't be so mean on her page. The question of the year. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does Tyler hate me? Question of the year. All right. So good job, Mike Dechaine. And
Great
Mickey
job.
Krause, what happened, pal? Mickey?
Yeah.
They must not have been playing for big money.
Look, if you're gonna make arrangements to play like that, you know, you got to take it seriously. Mickey looked like he was taking it seriously right off the bat.
Was he?
He was playing.
He got money to show up there. I think the second you did he?
Yeah.
Okay, Mike beat him. Was Mickey playing full speed?
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Hey, whatever it is, at the end of the day, Mike's still got a higher Fargo than Mickey Krause does.
Yeah, but Mickey's playing 24 hours a day. Mike Dechaine's playing 20 hours a week.
Who's to say he is?
He's got a girlfriend and a job. He's not playing full time.
Look, he's playing enough. And he's
saying take away Mickey's appearance fee, whatever he got, $1,000, show up. And I think Mickey has another gear in him. I'm not knocking Dechaine. I'm happy that he was good enough to have a showing. Is he going to be at Super Billiards Expo now? Is he going to play at the U.S. Open now? Why be at that speed if you're not going to play?
He says he was coming back last year.
Yeah. We'll see when it comes.
He only announced a few dates last year. He said U.S. Open was one of them. He got back in it slow.
And then he didn't go.
Well, look what Emily Frazier does. You know, we heard it from what's that guy that we had on before. She if she don't like you, she's not putting you in the tournament. She's got, you know, Barry Hearn standing by and a bunch of field fillers standing by, and we know how she feels about him because we heard it live on a podcast one day. So when you're at the mercy of somebody who hates you, you know, maybe he couldn't find his way in.
All right. You want to talk about the schedule?
Do I ever?
Do you want to talk about the matchroom schedule? Tell us your feeling about the matchroom schedule.
You know, I don't know if you guys know this at home, but I'm into pool. I actually keep a calendar with events on it. Do you see any WNT events on here?
You're
Because
still using paper, bro. You're still using paper.
I wipe my ass with it and I write on it. I see WPBA events on here. I see the Super Billiards. You know what? Super Billiards Expo in Derby City, as soon as the event's over, they have next year's dates planned. So for there to be no schedules on the no events on the WNT schedule, or very few, I should say, it has me thinking a few things. It's maybe she's fearful of the amount of players that are going WPA now, and she's trying to work a backroom deal before they announce more. Obviously, when you got to ship tables and all that shit to Sarajevo and Estonia and all these other places, that costs money, and they're not paying their players all that great of money. So obviously, it's coming from somewhere. Exotic venues and all that stuff. You know that's got to play a factor into that shipping. Or maybe she's really just as horrible as we say, and she can't get it done. And this is just more proof.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I believe WNT players know the schedule for the year. I believe it's you and I that don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. What is she doing? She's at an F1 race. She's at concerts. I think she's doing everything but showing us that she's
have
working.
A day off. She doesn't have to work 24 hours a day.
Fucking week. She's got time off like Joe Biden.
No, he's got a lot of free time now. Trump is working hard, bro.
Yeah.
And who's running Tesla and the rocket company? This guy's saving taxpayers' money. How about you go run your business, pal? I like you saving people money. I want to see more rockets and more Teslas.
Guy's been in office for a month. He's already done more than Joe Biden in 4 years.
Crazy how much work they've done. And let's not talk about Trump.
And he lives on McDonald's and Diet Coke too. You got to respect that.
I think it's a new tour. I think I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just not going to be as hard as you are. I think it's a new tour. She's trying to line things up, not for a one-off. She's trying to line things up for multi-years. And I think that takes some time. You know, we know the schedule through March. And Sarajevo is probably a hotbed for billiards activity. And you and I don't know it.
Well, look, we know where the U.S. Open is every year. We know where they're going to have the Hanoi Open, the Reyes Cup.
You know what? We know where it is, and we still don't go.
we know where Mosconi is going to be this year. It's like enough already. Dunsky had a post. The Matchroom page is posting all these Valentine's cards with I choose you and Kachi and all that. And he said on there, he goes, now I know why we don't have a schedule, because you guys are making fucking Valentine's Day cards. Enough with the shit already. I wholeheartedly don't think they have a clue. I think she's either there. It could be a bunch of stuff. I think a lot has to do with cost, but I think that they bit off more they can chew with these exotic locales, and they can't quite get it down logistically, and that's where the delay is coming from.
All right, that's fair. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think it's harder than most people think, especially when you got to ship tables around. Not just tables, you know.
Lights.
They own a TV channel now. They own a TV channel now, so now they got to. You know, I know what it takes for me. One photographer. I know what it takes. How much stuff I have to take on a job, and I'm one person, and they have a team of 20, right? Because they have photographers and cameramen and TV hosts and production and editors and you know, the media. When I got my press pass for the Mosconi Cup, the media room was packed with media, and there's not even that much media in pool. Most of the people that were there were matchroom people. So all right. So let's say she bid up more than she. Let's say everything you say is correct. Okay, I think she'll figure it out. Look at me. I'm being nice to Emily. I was nice to Melina. I was nice to Emily. I was nice to Dechaine. I was nice to the Styer family. And I only busted Billy's Billy the used car salesman.
Yeah. I'm the bad guy today. You're making me the villain.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think it's a big thing. It's
Yeah.
very easy to go out and say we're the best, we're the greatest, we're this, we're that. But rubber meets the road. It's a lot of work. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
well,
work.
it's not just I'm just not look. I don't like her, but it's not like I'm just coming up with all these conclusions because I just want to pile on. The amount of players that are entered into WPA events, it's staggering. People are talking about it. Melina Mike's talking about it. Dunsky's talking about it. These guys want to get
We've been
paid.
talking about it forever. They just
Yeah.
got on board.
If somebody finishes 9th and 10th and they don't get paid, there's no excuse for that. WPA is paying them. I mean, look at the event, that just started yesterday. It's all inclusive. There's women, there's handicap, there's juniors, there's men. Everything's inclusive. When that is just kind of like a little traveling fraternity.
Right. Well, I don't think you're wrong. Um, she'll figure it out. She'll figure it out.
Oh, let's hope so. It's because the guys that do play in WNT events, I want to see them, progress and have good earnings and all that. I don't want anybody who's playing pool. It's like my family member. I don't want them to have bad outings and shitty tournaments and all that. I want everything to be great and everything that they've promised us. I want that to succeed. So I don't want to see it fail. I just fucking enough. This if you're billing this as a major sports league, let's act like it.
That I will agree with you. Act like
You
it.
you said it last week.
Act
Don't
like
tell
it.
me that you're the best when all the shit that you do isn't the best.
Right. So let's give her a few more months and see how the rest of the year shapes.
A few more months. Maybe by summer she'll come
It's
up with
only
something.
February, pal. It's only February. Let's hear your shout out.
My shout out. So last night I every month or so, every month or two, I set up a little FaceTime chat with my bro Roberto, who's a spitting image of Doc, by the way. We always have like a little FaceTime State of the Union, get together. Last night was 4 hours. So found out that my nephew Lorenzo that went away to school to play baseball, he's having a little trouble in his he wanted to be a physician and had to take a biology class, and he's succeeding and getting straight A's in every class that he's taking except for the biology. I think he had a problem with biology, and it made him ineligible for baseball. So the season starting this week, all the kids on the team are going on a trip, and he's not allowed to go. He's not allowed to participate. So my shout out is for my nephew Lorenzo. Life's fucking hard, buddy. Just stick it out. Don't quit. Find out what you need to do. And if I had a bet on anybody to succeed, it's you, buddy. So
And he could
keep
probably
your head
turn it
up.
around, and
Yeah.
right? And go
He'll
to a
he'll
future
go
trip.
home and he'll take summer school and he'll get those grades up. He'll get them squared
All right.
away and he'll be right back
Maybe
on
next
track.
year you take me to a game. We'll go watch Lorenzo.
Oh, he's in Chicago. Maybe we'll
We know how to find Chicago. I know how to find that on the map.
we'll stop by the Lincoln Tap Room and play a few games.
My shout out. I'm not gonna do a big thing. I talked about it at the top of the show. I just want to send prayers to Eric Kwan. Cancer is no joke. And you know, I'll put a link in the YouTube here, and for the 10 of you to watch, and and maybe you can donate some money to help them. Guys need some money, but I think the guy also needs a prayer. So my shout out is to Eric Kwan, and I don't like to see anybody have to go through that. So
No, it sucks. It's a scary thing.
yeah, good guy. Eric Kwan is a good guy, and that's it. All right, let's wrap it up. Looks like we have a legitimately weekly show going here.
Yeah, we're pretty steady.
Right.
So let's close the show how we always do. Thank you to our sponsor, wherever you may be this week. Off the Rail Apparel. You can
Off the
find
Rail Apparel is at BCA this week
BCA
and next week
at the Rio.
If you see Jamie, ask him how come the show that you sponsor doesn't have any gear from you. Oh my God! If you could go there, I'm asking one of you to go there, film yourself asking Jamie, how come the Level 2 Billiards guys don't have Off the Rail Apparel, yet they talk about Off the Rail Apparel so much.
And we'll swag you out with whatever free shit we get from here to the end of the year.
I can't believe I don't know what I did with my April Larson hat. As I said, I'm going to wear this until somebody else sends me something.
Have her send you another one.
No, I have it. I just got to find where I put it. All right, let's end it. Let's wrap it up.
Thank you to our sponsor. Wherever you guys are, Off the Rail Apparel, you can get them on Facebook, Instagram. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channels. The Gangster Pool, Level 2 Billiards. We're also on Instagram, but definitely we need your help with YouTube. We need you guys to subscribe, like, comment, do whatever the hell you need to on the show. Just don't watch it and flick it off, please. We need the help growing this page. So if you guys can do that for us, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Maybe we suck.
No, it's a grind, man. I watch some of these car videos, and these guys have been at it for like 8-10 years, and it literally takes them that long to get from 100 subscribers to 1,000 to 100,000.
We're all in all year. I committed to Rob. I will try it for 1 year. At the end of 1 year, I will see what happens, and if it doesn't make sense, then we'll stop it. And if it makes sense, we'll keep going. All right, Rob, hit the stop button. See you guys. We'll see you next week.
Salutations.
Level 2 Billiards. We have fun here.